Harley, hold on. Who's that? Who's that? Matt. Get him.
He's starting to.
He's starting.
He's like, I can't control it anymore. I can't control it anymore.
Every day we play with Harley. We'll come in the gate over there. He'll be waiting for us. And we'll come in up to the gate and he'll be either laying by the door and he'll get up and he'll look like a lion getting ready to pounce on us, you know. And then we'll split off into two different directions. He's trying to watch us both ways, which way to go. You know, and then we'll get right up on him and he'll be creeping forward too. And then I'll go, boom, or whatever, you know, and then he just, starts doing that. Starts playing. Morning, y'all. Thompson Farmstead Adventures. I like doing that with Harley. All right, yesterday, I did a little bit of video of what we did here and there. It wasn't much because we're just kind of all over the place and in slow-mo. We'll show you today. I ended up deleting them. And just put it all together in today's video. Got to get the truck out. It's 30, well, it says 31 degrees on my phone. We'll see. That's pliable. That's pliable. Now we're going to take those out and get them cut to length. We added some stuff over there. We'll show you. In the meantime, let us get things set up. Be right back and bring you along. Thanks for watching. All right, we're back. While we're kind of letting things warm up here because it was 31 degrees, I got all the roofing cut and everything's ready to go so we can get over there and get that done. I don't know if I'm going to need my big torch. You know, I have a roofing torch, but they were so small I might be able to just get by with my plumber's torch. Well, while we're getting everything together and before lunch, just kind of reorganizing things. That's the way it is here. Just organize, reorganize, organize, reorganize, clean up and all that. Put this back together, even though it's got a bum wheel, which is that one back there, because I pounded the snot out of it. And, well, just say, it's in there. It just doesn't spin. So it'll come straight out and go straight back. And then if we want it to go that way, we've got to pull the wheel out or hit it over with the mallet to go that way. We put this back together just so I can load more garbage up on it until I figure out what I'm going to do. So, and painted my stepfather's safe here. I've got the combo in the house. I know where it's at. There ain't nothing in it. Yeah, got rid of that kind of creamish color. Yeah, it's almost like the outside. Oh, it's almost, yeah, like the outside of the building, not the inside. The outside. It was this color right here. And I didn't want that color. It was all scratched up. So I went ahead and spray painted it with the satin first and then came back with a couple of coats of the hammered. And it looks, I think, pretty decent to cover up some of the pop marks and everything. And it's not like I was going to go ahead and Bondo it or anything, make it nice and smooth. Just cleaned it up. That's all. Look at those pretty hinges. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to get that, put it on four-wheel dolly, and I'll just roll it in there when I'm ready. Right now I just got to, I don't want to touch it too much, so I'm going to lift it from the bottom. And the paint is dry enough to touch, but not dry enough to hold. It'll still leave a fingerprint because it's still soft, so it hasn't cured to its part. Anyway, just kind of mess around in here. Got some other things cleaned up. Oh yeah, Matthew was working on my multi-level, all my inverters were in this one box that I was playing with before. I had this 200-pound flywheel using a regular a 48 volt scooter motor to get everything spinning, and then I had a drive motor. So I had the start motor, then I had the drive motor. And once I got that wheel up to 11,000 RPMs to the outside surface, it would spin for a long time. And then I had hooked up to an alternator where I was feeding back just enough power to keep it going, and just barely enough power to top off my capacitors that I have someplace. Oh yeah, there they are. They're set up in a rows of 3 and 6. There are 3 million ferrules or something like that. Now they're down to like 500,000 ferrules, and they'll definitely, if you put your fingers on them, they'll definitely make some noise with your fingers because they'll pop. Capacitors are horrible and give you a heck of a jolt, but you can isolate that and use that as a battery, just like you can with some D-size capacitors. You can put about 6 or 8 of them together, whatever it equals out. I'm not sure what the voltages are on the D-size, if they're 3.5s or whatever, or 3.1s or 2.8s, I'm not sure. But we get it up to 13 and a half, 14 volts, and you parallel and series those guys together, or whatever you got to do to get your 13 and a half volts, and you can actually make a car battery out of your capacitors. And they hold charge forever, for the longest time until you discharge them, basically. A lot better than an acid battery. I think that's why they're doing the lithium ions. I'm not really sure how lithium ions work, but anyways, I was playing around with this thing, so that's where all my inverters came from, and I was able to keep it running for a good long period of time. Something I know people are saying perpetual motion is impossible because of friction and heat, friction, and wear. The Earth, perpetual motion. Yeah, and we're the ones that wear it. Anyways, if you can harness the energy some way or another, to where you can just not run every appliance in the house, but have enough to just top off batteries all the time, other than solar, wind, and hydro. If you were to make something and that's where I was trying to achieve, is something just to kind of just keep it topped off, you could run 24 hours a day, whatever, not make a million watts, but maybe 1,000,000 watts over a long period of time, just enough though to top off your batteries. And your batteries are what runs all your appliances, day and night. Whether you have wind, solar, or none at all. I was trying to shoot for none at all. And, I think what I needed was a bigger flywheel. I had a short, stumpy one. I think I should have went with a 600-pound flywheel, similar to a train wheel, similar like that. So you had more inertia to the outside. But off that subject, we're going to go do some roofs. We'll come back and pull this down after we get the roof done. We're going to take you guys over there. It's a little bit of where my head goes sometimes. We'll see over there at the roof. What'd you say?
Hi guys, now we're over here at the roof.
Yes, we are. We'll be right back. Alrighty. Well, that's where we left off yesterday. Yesterday I did a video. Hold on a second, let me put this down. Snips and benders and all that. I didn't like the video, just wind and stuff. Today's a lot better. I mean, we got like a 5-mile-an-hour wind. So went ahead, got everything sealed up. I was saying on another video that I'm going to just go ahead and nail this, and we'll use my PT50, my little staple gun. Just tack this down and just caulk it, because I want everything completely sealed in this outside area wrap, because I don't know how long it's going to be until I actually get the block in front of this thing. So I know this stuff can last 6 months, so maybe up to a year, I'm not sure. with this kind of weather, you know, because, you know, heck, earlier this year we had on Father's Day 100-mile-an-hour winds that just came through the middle of Oklahoma and just kind of wiped out a lot. I think we had over 1,100 telephone poles go down, something like that. We had 12 or 15 of them just down our road on one side and a couple of them on the other side. They're just all down all over the place, you know. So with that said, with the winds, I don't know how long it's going to last. That's why I got it caulked everywhere, kind of help keep it, you know. And the stuff doesn't tear very easy too, so it's just, you know, sealed everywhere to help keep, except for the bottom, you know, the bottom edge. I can throw a little wood strip across that just to keep it from fluffing up on the bottom. Everywhere else, so it's pretty well sealed off. And the same thing with the roof. And now we got to seal off across the top up there. And once I get that done, I also got to start putting our cap top on, the torch down, which is the stuff right here that's rolled up. So we're going to go ahead and get on that. We're ready for it, you know. I'm ready to actually get this roofing up and running. So we'll be right back because I don't really have a level spot to put you guys here. Everything is just kind of cattywampus. Action. Matt's holding the camera for me. He's like, ready? Now, hey guys, how's it going? All right, well, get this thing going here. Hey, come on. Try it. Alrighty. Let's see how this is going to work out. Might want to stay away. Get over there. Close. My little legs up there. Hard to get where I need to be. Tight corners. Feels good. They're cold. Here, go ahead and roll that back towards me. Alright, let me see that real quick. Alright, so what I'm doing now, I know a lot of you guys are probably freaking out right now, but the flame is really not that hot. It looks spooky, it looks scary and all that, but it's more isolated exactly to where you're putting it. So when it spreads out, it's warm, but it's not enough to burn anything that so far that's near me, because it's isolated, like I said. When it's down like this, you can barely feel the heat. Watch, hold that. You can barely feel the heat right in front of it. So you can't really feel that, but when you go like that, yeah, that's gonna burn. So, excuse me, let's flip you guys around here. So right now with that little tiny torch going, it's not a big deal. And I'm trying to get this as sticky as possible without burning down my house. I'm gonna roll this back here now. And now I gotta switch ladders and stuff. I'm gonna get this back to Matt. Right now, I just need 2 items. I need to go on that ladder too. worried about the rock coming off. Like I said, I'm using the cap sheet, which is this, as an underlayment. I would have preferred it didn't have the rock working. But I gotta get that little bubble out there. Now, if I was rolling this out, well, I wouldn't be rolling this out on a roof like this, but if I was on a regular flat roof, yeah, we'd have 2-3 guys doing this, you know, stand in front of it. But right now, it's just a small little, hard to get area. I don't want to use that tie back or that other thing stuck in some of the tie back. Have a mic right now. I don't want to use that tie back type of stuff, you know, that's similar to it, that the reddish or the bluish stuff that they use for roofing. I'd rather go this route. I'd rather take my time, make it look like garbage, because regular, you know, shingles are going to cover this up anyways. So we're pretty good on this one here. Oh yeah. Turn that off for a second. Alrighty, well, get that one. Cool down. All right. It's warping my metal. That's not cool. All right. Now you won't see that because we're putting a gutter there, but still I don't like that idea. It's good enough. I don't need to make it all stick. I mean, it's a lot better than felt, you know. So. The way I look at it, I don't want to get too crazy with it when I start damaging stuff. Let me put this away for a second. Good place to put it. Alrighty. Come on, boo-boo. Clean that off in a minute. Alrighty. So, you know, Matthew's been cameraman. Let's see if we hear him breathing like a like some sort of horror movie. All right, well, we got our underlayment is what we're calling this one here on right now, first row. And we're gonna shoot for the second row. And well, I'll cut off what I need to cut off, and then we'll roll the front, the side over here. This guy here. So we bought 2 pieces to go this way and 1 to go that way. All right, well, I'm gonna need his help, so we gotta turn you guys off. We don't have a camera personnel to help. So we'll see you soon. Thank you. Like I was saying before, I'm going to seal almost everything multiple times. We started off with the roof joist up against the wall. We sealed the back side of it, stuck it in place, screwed it down, and then we sealed the top of it before we put the plywood down, or the OSB. Then after we got ready to put the OSB in place, we went ahead and caulked it again. After we caulked it on top and we let that part dry a bit, we caulked it again so we can slam the OSB up against the wall so it'll squish down below, underneath it, against the brick, and come out on top. And then after we got that screwed down, you know, we got all that cleaned up, and then I caulked it again. So that's 4 times so far up against the wall. And now, after we got it caulked, as you can see up there against the wall, against the brick on the OSB, I'm also doing each level here with the torch down. So what I'll probably do today is just make sure that I can get this torch down done. You know, like I said, I want to take my time. I don't have to worry about any more water leaks. I've had too many issues out here, so I don't care if it takes me a week to do this. Some of you guys are going, oh my God, it's way too long. It is, but you know what? I do other things too. I get other things done. In the meantime, I'll come over here and think about it, fiddle fart around some more and get some more stuff done. But I think today what we'll do is I'll get my first row going, because I still have to paint. I want my flashings that are going up here to be painted the same color as this. And I forgot that we're gonna have to paint this underneath, so I can't get my roofing on yet, because we might get paint all over the roof, you know, just like I got caulking there, you know. So even if we just get this part done and we paint tomorrow, I don't care. I've got a lot of other stuff going on that we break from. And first thing in the morning, with it being 30 degrees, we don't need to be up here anyways. We can go do something where it's warmer. Do something in the shop or the garage or the attic or whatever. So we are going to bounce around. But today, I'll get this other piece on and anything else I need to finish off. Torch down. Get it trimmed up out there. I am purposely leaving it overhang like this. And I'm going to meet up with it like this, because that's what they did here. See that? That's like a, oh my God, it's like, I don't know, almost an inch thick, man. So that's about an inch overlap. So I'm going to just copy the same thing, because once I get my gutter up there, I want it to roll into the gutter. I like that idea. That way it's not too far back and it gets behind the gutter and the fascia and all that. You know, a lot of people, they put up gutters and the roofing's already cut to that 1/4 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch overhang of the drip edge. Then they go to put up the Home Depot Lowe's style gutters, and especially the plastic ones are no good. But you do the metal ones and there's a gap, you know, because nobody knows, you know, nobody thinks about it. But it gets behind the gutter and in between the gutter and the fascia. So I'm leaving it overhang for that purpose, because I want to roll into the gutter. So we'll go ahead and take care of this part real quick. And like I said, I'm going to be sealing the snot out of everything. All right, I'll show you some more progress. This piece of metal here, I ended up getting, this here was this one piece that looked just like this. It goes on a metal building. I was looking for a flashing that was just like this, but nobody had it, and you know, so I went ahead and bought this. Now I got myself a little bit of a Z channel, almost like a little V drip edge. The finished product is on the back side, actually. I just got done peeling off the plastic underneath here. You can see where the dirt and all that, and I just got done peeling off the plastic on this one here. So that way it will adhere when I put the big stretch on it, the caulking we've been using. Matthew went ahead and took that one other roll and then cut it down to 16, 18 inches, something like that. And raw layer. And like I said, need his help. So we'll get this thing going and we'll show you, you know, what's going on. Look at Matthew, just doing all that work. Gosh, you tired?
Yeah.
All right, drama queen here. Take that down. Every time you ask me, hey, can you use? He's a good guy. All right, here's what I'm doing. All right, this may not be a regular, you know, roofer's job or a way of doing things, but like I said a million times, I've had a lot of water issues on this house, and I'm not going to have any more. So I'm doing it the way I'm going to feel comfortable, because evidently the other contractors here, or employees of the contractors, you know, well, I'm going back and clean up their mess. So it is what it is. So anyways, so now after we got
let's start over here real quick. You're gonna see what I got going on here. All right, so I got the roof joist there, caulking throughout that whole roof joist, right? And then securing it so we can get the roof on, the OSB roof on. Well, then we go ahead after we get the roof joists on with the caulking sandwiching between that and the brick. Then I caulk the top of it, all right? There you go. And then, right when we get ready to put on the OSB, we caulk it again so we can sandwich it against the OSB and the brick. Then we nail it, screw it, and all that other stuff. Then we caulk over the top of the OSB on top of the OSB against the brick again, which you've seen, which is like that. And then I said I was going to do the same thing with the torch down or any other underlayment that we have. Well, I was able to obtain torch down. And every time I torch down, guess what? More caulking. And then I got that one down, more caulking. I was able to get it all the way up inside that corner there and just smushy it around. And I'll have to get it all painted out. And once I get all this painted out, I have to come back and do some touch-up painting. Be on my punch list, you know. But do some touch-up painting in there once I get the last flashings and stuff in there that I need to do. But it'll be done. Now, this flashing here, which is also the drip edge right here. Well, you flip it over instead of going this way. Basically, I flipped it this way. So that way, the bent part is facing down here. Now I purposely left a gap between the 1.5 inch fascia here, which is that press board stuff, you know, that has like natural wood texture to it. I left about almost 1/4 inch. I use those metal brackets to shove up there, so when I was putting the 2x6 in place, I would have room to slide 2 flashings in there. Well, that's my first flashing. And as I was heating up all this area here and tapping it down, I was making sure I left the lap part there so I could heat it up and tap the metal onto it. That way the metal will dig into the roofing, okay, well, into the cap sheet here. Then after it cooled, I went back and I caulked over all that. So now that'll stop any water from going, or snow building up and coming over and coming in. Now I do the same thing, I repeat too though, but with the tiles, the shingles. Do the same thing. But over here, it's gonna be a little different because I have to put all the pieces of flashing up there as I go. So that side's gonna take a little longer, that side's gonna take a little longer. Tomorrow I got a lot of flashing to paint. And then we will get on that. I have this little bit of stuff I'm gonna torch today, and then I will cut my drip edge, which is now a flashing. I will cut it to the size I need, bend it over, and stick it or nail it in place. And once I get all that front area part done, then I can come back and add my 1.5 inch on the top edge here. That'll match, because I have other pieces of the brick stop. I'll have to add another brick stop in front to cover all that metal once I get done after it's painted. So, there's a lot of little details, a lot of work really that goes into this little bit of stuff. You guys look and say, it's just a small little roof. It's only like 80 square feet. Yeah, but I want to make sure I don't have 15, 16, 17 leaks or added to the 14 that we already had, you know. So I just do it the way I got to, and I'm explaining why. You know, you guys are all going to say, you could have done this, you could have done that. And if I don't know that way, hey, thank you for telling me about it, because, you know, I watch what Matt something, but Build This or something. I think it's called Build This, or just Build. And he gets a lot of stuff out there. And I like watching all those kind of programs. You know, I don't watch regular TV anymore. I'd rather learn as much as I can, whether it's about farming, canning, culling, you know, harvesting animals, raising them, gardening, different types of homemade fertilizers, because every time we have an issue out there, I try to figure out how can I do that myself. And that's what I'm trying to point out to you guys. Whether they're experienced or not, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that just get it. I was one of those slow learners. It is what it is. You know, I failed 7th grade, 9th grade, dropped out in 10th grade, and got a contractor's license later on. Well, my friends were out getting high that passed and graduated school. They were out there doing their thing. I was doing mine too, but I didn't get my contractor's license until I got clean and sober. That was age 28. 33 years clean and sober. Now, October 25th, 1990 is my sobriety date. So you guys calculate that one out. And yes, I tell people that because I'm one of those people that did live, and I say this here and there, man. I say it here and there because there's always hope for people. And I know you'll hear me like a broken record because, you know, this is who I am. I lived 5 years on and off on the streets. Dad said, hey, these are my rules, this, that, and the other. When I stopped going to school, he goes, then you need a good job. I go, what time you want me there? And he had a little hard time with me working at his company, but I worked there. But I also worked at other companies too. Because he really wanted me to be diverse and learning not just standard sheet metal. He wanted me to learn stainless steel, copper, all kinds of stuff, coping, everything, you know. And so I did. And then I got into residential. But I was still doing drugs and falling short here and there, and then living in my cars on job sites and doing all kinds of stupid stuff because I couldn't stay away from the drug and alcohol. And partying, you know, and the friends, the so-called friends. Anyways, hey, I do things differently, you know. I may not do it your way, but I'm always willing to learn. That's why I watch a lot of YouTube. I'm always willing to learn. I have sometimes crazy ideas, and people like them because they are crazy. My, my other company, I had Genuine Heating and Cooling in California. It's no longer gone. It's inactive, but it's not dead. And then I had Genuine Design Solutions for the GC. And I would always come up with different ways of making things happen. And a lot of things, you know, some things have gone through. You know, inspectors liked the ideas, or customers liked the ideas, or whatever the situation was. And whether we had to get them put down on paper and get them submitted or not, you know, the ideas that I come up with here and there, people liked. And I'm disappointed in my own life. And this is one here that I'm not going to take a chance on leaking. So I don't care if I go through a gallon of caulking by the time I'm done, just in that one area. You know, I don't care. As long as it looks nice when it's done, that's all that matters. You know, you can't see all that caulking, the caulking, right? And so far you won't be able to. You'll try to keep things neat and tidy. But if there's other ways out there, if there's other methods that I don't know about or I haven't seen, you know, because a lot of the stuff I didn't do on jobs. I actually hired framers to do it. Certain things, you know, because I was too busy doing other things, you know. I was primarily an HVAC guy, but I was also, you know, doing other things. I was doing kitchens, baths, and going with the customers for shopping for their marble, granite, and whatever, you know, paint, and yada yada. Anyways, this is what I'm doing. I appreciate you guys watching. I ramble sometimes. I get on these little things, but you know what? When it's all said and done, I'm trying to show you guys what I do or what I'm trying to do, and it may not get done right away. I may take longer than what most people would even require, which is fine. You know, this is my house. I bounce around and get a lot of stuff done. It may not get complete. You know, it's just like my uncle. It's on the list. It's just not at the top of the list. But this one is. This is at the top of the list to get that water heater out of the attic and get certain things isolated so I have no more issues this Christmas, which would be then the 4th Christmas or 4th winter. So appreciate you guys sticking around. I really do. Leave comments, leave everything that I can learn from. And if you enjoy these things, you know, like, subscribe, share, you know, all that stuff that people say. It does help from what I'm seeing. I don't know yet. I don't know yet because I just don't know yet. Anyways, you guys have a good one. God bless. All right, well, Matthew was telling me there was a little bit of heat issue here, just kind of let you guys know. I guess he said I got the side of my beard. I can't see it right now. I can smell something. Might have to trim it up a little bit. We'll see what happens after I take a shower, but there was a point in time that I did lose some of my hair, as you can see. Is it dark?
Yeah. Let's...
I guess, hey, it goes with the job, It's like those dumb, stupid days that we used to get drunk and jump over the fire pit at the beach and didn't realize how tall the firewood was and you trip. It wasn't me, it was guys, at the beach. It was the other guys, Anyways, talk to you guys later.